Welcome to Batchademia,
a podcast so educational it could be a university class.
With your hosts,
Danielle Dick McHugh,
Kim Hannah,
and Bill Henninger. Welcome, everybody. We are back. It is season 10. So this is the 10th season of Batchademia,
wow,
which is awesome. And we are back. It's Kim and I this week. Danielle is at Not Great Wolf Lodge.
Wisconsin
Dells, yes. So she is living the high life, which, if you don't know, a fun fact about Danielle, she loves amusement parks and water parks. I would not be caught dead in them at this point in my life. So
I love amusement parks. I might be less enchanted with water parks nowadays, but definitely I'm still on amusement parks, having not been to one in over 10 years.
Yeah.
So I might change my mind after actually going to an amusement park.
Just anywhere where I have to be around crowds, I've given up on forcing myself to pretend I even minimally enjoy it. So
yeah.
Cool. So updates on life. People haven't heard from us since like March, maybe. What are highlights, lowlights? Start of the summer.
I've had a week.
Yeah.
I've had a bit of a week. I got injured at our softball game on Tuesday night, so I'm icing constantly because I have less than 2 weeks now to get back to fighting condition for our next game. Plus, I have a 5K coming up.
But you valiantly you completed the game. Yeah.
Not well.
It was like the Michael Jordan flu game. She was like hobbling around, still playing catcher.
Hey man, I sacrificed my body for this team.
Nice.
And then this morning, about 1:00 in the morning, a very precocious 16-year-old drove their car through my front yard and hit my tree. So that happened.
So you were texting us about it, and you said that they were getting booked, not going to the hospital. So I assume that alcohol had played a role in this.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I asked the police officer. So fun fact, because I am injured and in pain and also not sleeping, I take 2 very delightful sleeping pills most evenings. I didn't hear the accident. I slept through the whole thing. I woke up when the police were pounding on my door at 2:15 in the morning, and I was not going to answer the door because I watch enough Dateline to know if someone's pounding on your door in the middle of the night, you do not answer it. So finally my neighbor texted me and was like, hey Kim, just so you know, the police are outside. There's been a car accident in your front yard. I was like, oh, okay. So it is legit and I will go outside now. But so she was already being processed and was already in the vehicle de la police department. So I never interacted with her. So but I believe, based on something that the police officer mentioned / just the circumstances, that alcohol was probably a factor.
Yeah.
So make good choices.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've actually had a quiet few weeks, but Elaine's dad unfortunately passed away. I went to Vienna and Kosovo for work.
Yeah.
Kosovo is really cool. If you're looking for a place that is really affordable, very hospitable, and has lots of cool stuff, you should look into Kosovo. It is pretty awesome. I know not many people, they think it's like this war-torn place of Europe, but it's actually pretty on and popping. So
cool. It's on my list. And after I saw your pictures, it moved up on my list.
Yeah.
So
well, and we stayed at what would be like a 4 or 5 star hotel here in the US, and it was like €77 a night. Yeah. So it was like where they had like the door opener and like the concierge and all that, and it was way cheap. So
holy crap.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
And we had these like epic dinners, and they'd come up and be like, all right, that'll be €30. And like, a piece? That's pretty good. And they're like, no, for the whole thing. Dang. Yeah, it was crazy. So
that's nuts.
Other than that, leading the summer life. I'm not a faculty, so I don't get to have the whole summer off, but things go at my own pace. So
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Question of the week. What TV character would you least like to have attend a birthday getaway with your friends?
Okay, so I thought about this,
I know you
and
did. I know this is in your wheelhouse. This is like a good Kim question.
there are a lot of options, actually. But I am trying to watch Succession
Okay.
because everybody talks about how great the show is, and I have to be honest with you, I hate it. I can't stand any of the characters, and that's the point of the show.
Right.
But I don't enjoy watching things where I don't like anybody on the
Anybody?
show.
Okay.
So I'm powering through the final season, and I think I would say I would least like to have Kendall Roy come on my birthday week. And you don't watch that show, so you have no idea who I'm talking about.
No, but for our tens of fans, at least 3 of them are like, oh, yep, I get that.
No, they're probably like, "Are you crazy? That show is amazing." And I'm like, "I don't get it." Okay.
Huh. Interesting. For me, probably Uncle Joey from Full House.
Yes.
He
that's a good
annoyed the
one.
piss out of me. Like he just tried to be
Yep.
really funny all the time. I didn't
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
I think he would just be hamming it up too much and like it's my birthday. Oh, I had a birthday too over break.
You did have a birthday too.
And I turned the big 4-1.
Whoop, whoop.
Also, I grew this glorious mustache and I still am.
It's not glorious.
Kim is not a fan, but I hyped her wig up when she showed up in this glorious wig. So
we haven't even talked about it yet because I was waiting to bring it up during the recap when you got to that point in the episode. But.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with the recap. There's not going to be much of a recap. I mean, I'll start with it. It's the first episode, and so you all know what went down, right?
Yeah, we had really boring introductions.
We found out that Charity is a mental health counselor. She got her master's degree from Auburn, did she say?
Yes.
Yes, I couldn't remember if it was LSU or Auburn.
LSU would have been better. It's fine, whatever.
Yeah, she seems like she's got a supportive family. I enjoyed her. She seemed very nice. And so, yep. So then we start meeting the guys. You've got kind of your normal crew of guys. We've got a tennis pro named Joey. We got a construction manager named Warwick, which I thought was a pretty amazing name. We got Xavier. Was Xavier one that you really like?
Hubba.
Science nerd is who he said he is. He's getting a doctorate in biomedical science.
Yes, and I think he's my knitter. Yep, Xavier is my knitter buddy because I like to knit, and so does Xavier.
Nice.
So
Caleb A, who's a family medicine doctor. You got Khalid. No idea about him other than he was,
he
when he came on, you were like, he's not gonna stay around. You got Nick, a 32-year-old HR executive, underwater welder, John Henry. Awesome name. And underwater welding is pretty cool. Like
it's been in the news.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty badass job. I couldn't do it. I would panic. Aaron S, firefighter, Tanner, who gives a version of the terrible towel called the Tanner towel. He's a Steelers fan, not a job. Chris, who does backflips, who I think he actually got eliminated, if I remember right, which is great because, man, he you could tell the whole reason he was on there was to be like, I'm the world champion backflipper.
He was not there for the right reason.
He was not. It's the first one of the season, Kim. You got it out of the way. Braden, a 24-year-old nurse from San Diego. Braden's a male nurse. Meet the parents.
He's a travel nurse.
Yes. Spencer, the 32-year-old medical sales director who may be a serial killer. Let's see. We got Caleb, the pro wrestler who also is a cowboy, I guess.
Lots of cowboys in Orlando.
Whole bunch of tall dudes. You got Joe from San Francisco. You've got Caleb, who's a construction manager. Adrian, a realtor. James, an attorney. Peter, a pilot. Another pilot, Pete. I didn't realize that till I just read my notes.
He didn't make it though.
Yeah,
he got muted.
Yeah, after the first pilot, Pete, why not? Michael, a yacht captain. I like that. Yeah, he gives Charity a bracelet. Taylor, who I don't see his job. Sean, sales rep, whatever. Sean, sales rep. John, data scientist, which gave Kim a mental swing, I think.
I have a hard crush on John already.
Yeah.
Hard crush on John.
Yeah.
Which means he probably won't make it very far.
Doton, who is an integrative medicine specialist. And I like that Vulture just put a question mark next to what that is, because we debated it here as well. So, yeah. Let's see. Charity's brother, who did this weird like thing where he like said he loved her and then he went undercover and put on a
with
very
the
bad,
worst undercover costume ever.
hence Kim's
Hence
wig.
my Anne Margaret wig, which is a good wig, but also doesn't look natural.
Yeah.
I almost put one of my Ted Lasso mustaches on too, but I couldn't find them in time. What would you have done if I'd showed up in my Ted Lasso mustache?
I would have berated you for how much better mine looks than yours.
Oh no, my Ted Lasso mustaches are magnificent.
My glorious stash.
Stop.
So yeah, there was this weird thing where he listened to the guys, and then basically she kissed a bunch of dudes. The tennis player she
did.
Backflip dude jumped on some stuff and did some backflips. I will say the pro wrestler can do a backflip, and he's a big guy, so
he did it better.
Yeah, it was impressive. Then Aaron B played some music on the piano with her. He really needs to have a piano teacher. His wrists were down. He did not have good form. Sitting way too close to the keyboard. He needs to back up. Yep. What's his name? Braden kisses her, and then he brags to everybody, and her brother's listening, and she acts like she's going to be mad, but then she says she really likes it. People are already starting to hate Braden. I'm already starting to hate Braden. Braden's the type of guy that thinks everything is amazing, and he doesn't show up to your family reunion because he wants to shred some sweet powder in, wherever.
He's also a fan of cigar bars, which I think is super douchey. I like cigars. I enjoy the smell of cigar smoke around a campfire or whatever, but I think cigar bars themselves, I don't like it.
Here's my problem with the cigar bar. It's a bar that has cigars. They really should call it a bar with cigars, but they're calling it a cigar bar so that like douchey guys that listen to Andrew Tate can be like, check my watch out, smoking my cigar.
You know what else those guys? So I have a theory that men who wear tasseled dress shoes are icky. And I guarantee you that most of the men in that cigar bar are wearing dress shoes with tassels on them.
Yeah. I don't mind a cigar. Cigars just hit different when you're fishing. That's what I'll say.
Or sitting around a bonfire. I love smoking them around a bonfire.
Outdoor cigars are, yeah. Yep. And then that was about it. The people who had to go were Joe, Taylor, Peter, Nick, Khalid, and Chris, the high jumper, which I was a little disappointed because I wanted the guys to quickly like lose interest in the high jumpers antics, right? You could tell they were all already like, nah.
Yeah. They were all like, I have a real job and I'm standing here watching a guy do jumping around. They were all making fun of his immaturity, and that made me smile.
Yeah, and his whole shtick was, I'm going to do backflips. So that's a recap. What did I miss?
I don't think you missed much. I think you did a very good recap. I'm going to give you 5 stars for your first recap of the season.
Put it on my recap. Rate the recap.
I'll give you 5.
Go to my Rate My Professor. If you listening, go to my Rate My Professor and write something really inappropriate and give me 5 stars.
Do you want it on your professor rating that it's inappropriate? Let me start over. An inappropriate comment on your professor page?
I don't care. Rate My Professor. Y'all can write whatever you want on there. No one looks at it.
I was gonna say, do faculty even look at those?
Well, we look at them for fun, and then sometimes we put like inappropriate ratings on each other's because we think it's funny.
Don't we have a mutual friend who gets comments on his about how attractive he is?
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. If you guys don't know Chris Larimer, he's a looker. He's the type of guy that when he kisses you, you stay kissed. So
He also can hit a softball like a son of a bee.
yeah, college golfer. Everything about Chris is amazing.
Summer Chris.
He's going to be so mad he ended up on the podcast. We love
Summer
you, Chris.
Summer Chris.
Summer Chris.
Summer Chris.
All right. Enough about Chris. Initial thoughts on Charity.
Well, I'm excited for this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she is she has a legit job. She's wicked smart. She has her master's degree. I don't think she's going to suffer too many fools on this show, but I also think that they have, it's week 1, so we don't really know their personalities yet, but I don't get the feeling that this group of guys is going to be super annoying. Like, we've had seasons where they're just super annoying and all they do is want to hang out with each other, and they don't want to, like, they bro out so much with each other they forget why they're there. I don't get that sense with this group.
Well, she seems like she can bro out, right?
Yeah.
Like, she seems like she can hang out.
She has brothers. She knows how to hang with the boys.
Like, she can be with a group of guys and like not solely have the attention on her and have fun, but also she seems like she's willing to speak up for what she needs. I think maybe with Claire, that was what my problem was that Claire didn't want to say what she wanted until it was like made her really mad, you know?
Yeah.
And then Claire also would like not show attention to a whole section of guys and then get mad when they weren't like fawning over her. And it's
right.
Like,
you're only talking to one.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at us that we're not talking to you.
I feel like she, like the guys, she's got 1 or 2 guys that are going to be a real pain in the ass, but then everyone else seems pretty like legit, which I think if you're thinking from a pure entertainment standpoint,
right.
Perfect. You want like 2 villains and that's it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that the producers will do a good job of keeping them around for a while for the entertainment value, but they will absolutely not make it to the final 4, either of them, because I think we're both thinking the same 2 people. Yeah.
Any blind spots she might have. You can tell I've been filling out faculty evaluations because I didn't say like issues. I used like growth areas. What are her potential areas?
Growth areas? Yeah. Where can she work on improving herself? I think a blind spot she might have is caring too much about what her family thinks of who she brings home.
Oh, there you go.
You seem like a very tight-knit family. So in that regard, she probably should care how they fit in with her family, because I get the vibe that this family does stuff together. But at the end of the day, as long as they aren't like violently awful toward your family,
right,
you got to go with who you want to be with, not who your family likes the best.
Right.
Maybe.
So my thing I noticed was that when she was talking to her brother and he was saying, you know, Braden's cocky, Braden this, Braden that. And, you know, he's like, I just want you to, when you see someone who's not a good fit, you know, I need to tell you. And she's like, well, I'll carry out the luggage myself, which was like, oh, this is awesome. And then basically she was like,
he didn't.
Braden's so cute. I love Braden.
Yeah.
You know,
he's like a really good kisser, you guys. You don't even know.
Yeah, with his 2 earrings, which if you saw in the previews for it's like his earrings got more and more ridiculous.
I had a violent reaction to the earrings the more they showed them in the preview of the season, because they kept getting longer and more culturally appropriating of like there were feathers, there were like women's dangle earrings. I'm thinking, A, I love for you how comfortable you are in your masculinity that you're like, I don't care, I love these earrings. But B, I don't like them and you need to take them out.
The thing was like he's wearing dangly earrings, which fine, but they didn't seem to go with what he was wearing, right? If you want to wear dangly earrings, right, fine, and be like, I don't care, but at least match them to what you're wearing.
Do you remember there was a show in the 80s with Meredith Baxter Burney and Michael J. Fox called something where they were like a hippie family, but he was a Reagan Republican teenager. And his older sister, who was played by Justine Bateman, dated this guy named Nick. And Nick he was like he always wore a leather jacket, and he wore one dangly earring, and he kind of had hair like this, only it was black.
Family ties.
Family ties.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Braden's earrings made me think of Nick from Family Ties.
Okay, I dig it. I'll buy that. Yeah,
I don't like it. It just reminded me of it.
Yeah, no, I got very 80s. I don't know. I can tell if Braden and I were at a bar, him and I would not get along. Like I would just sit there and grind my teeth while he's like, no, yeah. Then I surfed in Bali and I'd be like, I don't like you. You just want to talk about yourself.
Congratulations, you traveled. Bleh.
Yeah. So, all right.
I don't like the scarf either that shows up, but that's another conversation for another day.
I didn't see a scarf.
There was a scarf later on.
You're better at that stuff than I am.
It's another conversation.
All right. Thoughts on the men?
They're super attractive this season.
Okay.
Woo! Very tall. A lot of them are like crazy tall. And we talked about this when we were watching.
Height's not everything, Kim. It is okay to be 5'8" or 5'9" if you can talk your doctor into putting it on your chart. It's fine.
I mean, if I was dating one of them, I'd hit their belly button. So like, but she's a taller person too. So but there was one guy that his shoulders were higher than the limo. It's like, holy crap, what is happening?
Doten,
yes.
Yeah, because we looked up, she's 5'7"-ish. And then with heels,
and then she was probably wearing like 3-inch heels.
She's got to be 5'10", and she was like
she hit him like here.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So I already talked about, I'm smitten with John and I'm smitten with Xavier. John, I also liked Xavier because he's working on research to help his mom's cure his mom's autoimmune disease. And I hope he doesn't turn out to be a giant douche canoe, because I loved that.
So just so people know, Xavier is the biomedical scientist from Carborough, North Carolina. John is the data scientist from, I lost him. I think he's from somewhere in New York.
I think he is from, I didn't write that down,
York,
but I did write down Kimmy Likey next to the picture I printed out of him.
I love it.
I also like Joey, the tennis pro from Hawaii. Philadelphia. Hawaii. But I'm also like, dude, you live in Hawaii. Are you gonna move to Columbus, Georgia? If you guys make this work? If I were her, I'd be like, I'll go to Hawaii right now. But I think she's pretty settled with her job and her career where she is. So I don't know, but I think he's nice, and he is more of our height. Who else did I like?
How tall are you?
Oh, I'm 5'3".
Yeah, don't use our height. I am 5'8", 5'9", 5'8", 5'9". Don't lump me in your category, Kim. I'm a giant.
I might be 5'9" with this wig. I don't like him, but I'm going to talk about James, the attorney who had the letter from his mom.
Oh yeah. Talk about. So I agree with.
That's a red flag, ladies. I think he's a little too attached to his mom.
I agree with the people you liked. I'm not totally certain on Joey. I get some D-bag vibes from him.
Which one was Joey?
The tennis pro.
Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, are we fighting? Interesting.
I do like John Henry.
I don't.
The underwater welder, you don't like him?
I have a thing of, I have a lot of weird rules in my world, which is probably why I'm single. But he's only seen 20 movies in his entire life. He has only seen 20 movies.
That would not work with you.
I've seen 20 movies in June. P.S. The Little Mermaid is amazing and everyone should go see it. I don't understand how you only see 20 movies.
His fun facts are interesting. Shamelessly loves pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, that's another red flag.
Which is really funny because he's like, you think of welders, you think of manly men. And he prefers ornamental grasses over flowers. I don't even know what ornamental grasses are. Yeah.
Everything in my yard is dead because I don't remember to water, and we don't get rain here anymore, I guess. So maybe if I grew ornamental grasses, they would survive better than the flowers that I killed.
I also kind of liked Warwick.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Which one was Warwick? Which one?
He's
was
the
Warwick?
construction manager. He likes.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a rule follower. He likes Legos, and he
I like
dreams
him
of going
too.
to an English Premier League game. Like he seems
Yeah,
like a guy that's got some pretty like he seems like a normal guy, right?
yeah. He has a nice smile.
He has a
He has a nice
wonderful smile.
smile. It's very
He
warm. It's
he
very
has
cozy.
wonderful
Yes,
cheekbones. Like
yes,
they
he
are,
does.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he
got like
does.
the model cheek, like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about guys? Was there anyone you nothing? Was there anyone that you were just like, I'm getting no feeling either way. I feel about them the way I feel about vanilla jello
I
pudding.
don't think vanilla jello is a thing, but that's all right. Sean, I have Sean written down. Is Sean the guy that looks like James Vanderbeek?
Oh, you did nothing, Sean.
I
You had,
didn't like that at all. I
yeah,
didn't like
he's a
him at
not
all.
like Caleb K.
I like James Vanderbeek. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
Pacey all the way, but I liked James Vanderbeek. But he looks like Dawson Leary. I I didn't love it. And he was just kind of vanilla. He was just kind of vanilla. And then I did not enjoy Chris the Jumper. I was very glad when she ousted him because
But
I did not want to have to watch him only do one thing for the next 3 weeks.
but this is not people you didn't like. This is people you nothinged.
Oh,
Yeah. So I have
I
one.
read that wrong.
I nothinged this guy so much that I think I almost disliked him. Caleb K from Norcross, Georgia. He was a construction salesman. He'd love to be a football coach. He's offended by mayonnaise, and he wants to go to South Korea.
I wrote I'm uncomfortably attracted to him.
Oh, okay.
He kind of looks like I like his eyes.
Okay.
He did not nothing me.
All right.
But Josh nothinged me.
Okay.
I don't think Josh made it. Oh, he did make it. Yeah, I nothinged Josh.
First off, he's a Harvard grad student, but in what? Like he had to throw in that he's from Harvard.
English literature, I bet.
Yeah. Let's see. Harvard to work for a nonprofit building international affordable housing. All right. Well,
that's kind of good.
Josh gave up a lucrative career on Wall Street. He got fired.
Yeah.
To do
he did embezzling.
Yep. He got out before he got. Also, Taylor, the loan officer. Like from Springboro, Ohio. See, this is why you're like, I don't remember him because
I don't remember him. I'm looking. Oh yeah. I also nothinged Tanner. I have no memory of Tanner.
Taylor, let me tell you some of the interesting facts about Taylor, the loan officer from Springboro, Ohio. He takes forever to fold his laundry. Big one. He follows a Renaissance periodization diet. It's all about macros, baby.
So he eats giant turkey legs?
He likes music you can bump and grind to. He is a very boring coding in the simulation. Like they were just like kind of Jim Bro. Okay, who did you dislike? Your villains. First one was Sean.
And Chris the Jumper.
Yeah, and Sean had the part. Yeah. He's a bad jumper. He dips his chocolate chip cookies in whole milk. He takes pride in his great head of hair. Oh my God, that's one.
Oh no! It's not a great head of hair, buddy.
His bachelor biography. Sean is really someone special. Gorgeous blue eyes, a great career, an adorable French bulldog. This guy has it all.
What's his career?
Douche. Sales rep.
Of
course, he's a sales rep.
I do like the dog.
Who was the other one you didn't like?
The Jumper.
What was that dude's name?
Chris the Jumper.
Chris the Jumper.
I also don't love Spencer, but I feel like we'll probably talk about him more.
Yeah. Because you're gonna set that up in Kim's corner.
I might.
Chris's favorite sport is dunking. Dunking is not a sport.
That's not a sport. That's part of a sport.
Chris likes to go apple picking in autumn. You know why? Because he likes to jump up and grab the apples. I guarantee that's just like, he's just like, you think I can get that apple?
I don't need no stinking ladder.
I got it.
Watch it.
I'll do a backflip and grab it. Watch me kick it with my foot. Chris loves to drink wine and binge watch Grey's Anatomy.
I like one of those things, and it is red wine, not Grey's Anatomy.
Potential front runners.
Okay, I mean, obviously Xavier.
Yeah.
They kissed hard and long.
Yeah. Yeah, almost where I was like, well, it's kind of a disgusting kiss, but they both seemed into it, so.
They like it.
In the words of Joni Mitchell, get it while you can.
Yeah. I think Doten might be a front runner.
Really?
I think he's a dark horse. I think he's gonna be like in the back. He might be the Ed of the season, where he's like in the background, and then boom.
Did we just disagree? Did we just start disagreeing?
Are we fighting?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. And then I also, who was the other one that I liked? There's a lot of Caleb's. I can't keep track of all of them.
I feel like
she really liked one of the Caleb's. Caleb A? Is that one that she liked?
I feel like every season there is like one name that it's like, you know, we need 17 of this guy. Let's really confuse America.
Okay, can I go on a rant for a second?
Of course. I would be disappointed if you didn't.
The producers of The Bachelor need to do two things, and they need to do two things immediately, either beginning the season or immediately starting with the next season. We don't know who any of these Yahoodles are. They have to wear name tags.
Yeah.
Or you have to put their name underneath them the entire time they're on screen. We don't know who anybody is. And then second of all, you get one name. One name. If you have three Caleb's audition, you cast one. You don't cast three. We are adult people in our 20s and 30s. They should not be having to go by Caleb K and Caleb B and Caleb Q or whatever.
Q. Caleb Quincy. All right.
That is my rant. Rant over.
I'll allow it. Potential front runners. Who else? I think that I'm looking for him.
Do you think Brayden will get far?
Yes. No. Yeah. I think Braden's number 6, number 5, right? Until he does enough douchey stuff and then she cuts him.
Yeah.
Caleb seemed to have a little bit of play, the pro wrestler.
Yeah, I don't hate him actually.
Yeah. Caleb B.
I question his cowboy shtick because Orlando is widely known for its cowboy culture.
Right.
But I don't hate him at all. I think he's kind of cute.
Caleb A, the doctor. I just, it's one of the big things is how well do people like their careers match up? And it's like doctors, they work a lot, and it's like she has a job. She seems to be career driven. So
I listened to I follow Jared Freed, I think is his name, on Instagram, and I listened to their podcast too. And he said when he was describing all of them, he said Caleb A, I feel like when it's snowing, he stands on his porch holding a mug of coffee, watching it snow. That's the vibe I get from him. And I went, I do that. So Caleb, you call me. We'll stand on the balcony together and watch it snow.
Do both of you, when it's about to rain, you tell everyone who will listen, we really need that rain?
Can I affirm or deny that I text my dad when we get weather to be like, yeah, the crops needed that. And he goes, they sure did. You can take the girl off the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the girl.
For any of you non-Iowans who listen, we know there are at least 7 or 8 of you. We have not gotten rain in a long time, and we are needing it. I am loving it because I don't like to mow, and so that
has been nice.
It's been my dream. Yeah, I'm one more drought away from zero-scaping my yard, but everybody above the age of 30, if you say anything about rain, they like sagely look and they're like, we really could use it. And then everyone's like, yep. And then you nicely say something about your potted plants or your lawn or your farm, and then everyone just nods their head and is silent for a while. It's very Midwestern. Yep. Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny story? So I texted my parents this morning to let them know about the midnight excitement. And I had already told them my house is not damaged. I was not hurt or anything. My mom's first words were, "Oh my gosh, is the tree okay?" And then, "Oh, are your flowers okay?" And I went, "Oh, I killed my flowers like weeks ago. They're already dead. There was no damage to the flowers." But that is a Midwestern mom thing. And you are welcome, America.
Yeah. Oh, all right. All right. We are starting a new tradition here. Actually, it's not a new tradition. It's just when the second host gets to talk about what they want, but I'm naming it Kim's Corner. I will think up an equally cute name for when Danielle is the second host.
Danielle's Dilemma.
Oh, yeah. Danielle's Diatribe.
Danielle's Diatribe and Bill's
Beef.
Ballywick. Bill's Beef?
Yeah.
That could be
All right.
a double one time.
What do you lay it on us, Kim?
Okay. I have two Kim's Corners. Number one, I'm all in on this season. I'm finding it delightful already. I was so bored during Zach's season, and I did not feel bored when we watched it. Part of not feeling bored is watched it with you guys. That was fun. I missed doing that. But I think this is going to be an entertaining season. I think that we've got some entertaining guys. I think, again, she's got her head on her shoulders, but she also understands that this is entertainment and this is TV. So I think that I'm going to have a good time this season. But now we're going to talk about Spencer. I don't get it. Is he like super introverted and awkward when he speaks, or is it an act? I don't know. I don't like it.
Let me drop a couple things about Spencer here. Can I do that to set up his hero is Anthony Bourdain. Weird.
Oh.
Anthony Bourdain's cool. I don't think you should model your life after Anthony.
Yeah, he had some demons.
And he was a prick. And he was fine with it, and that was his whole shtick, but he was just kind of a dick.
Yeah.
He likes Jack Kerouac novels. I'm not sure if that's a red flag. I mean, Jack Kerouac.
Does that mean he's read Jack Kerouac, so he wants everyone to know that he's read Jack Kerouac, so he says he likes Jack Kerouac?
Or is he like really into the like beatnik culture? I don't know.
I don't get beatnik vibe from him.
No, but he dreams of running for political office one day.
Wait, what? Say it again. I didn't hear it.
He dreams of running for political office one day.
He can't speak.
Can you imagine his speeches? Oh man, yeah.
I'm really excited about the possibility of representing you guys in Washington, and I just think that I could go and make a difference, maybe. There, I just did his speech for him.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
It makes me uncomfortable.
That's why I think maybe it's an act.
Yeah.
If he wants to be a politician, that can't be his real personality.
No, not at all.
And if he wants to be a politician, he probably shouldn't be on The Bachelorette.
Well, right. Yeah.
You should do Dancing with the Stars after you've been a politician, but I don't think you should do The Bachelorette before you're a politician.
Yeah. He is a dad, and apparently in The Bachelorette, being a dad gets you like bonus points. Being a mom in The Bachelor is like kind of a liability. They always go through this thing where the guys are like, I don't know if I could raise another man's kid, but I think the principal woman is always supposed to be like, oh my God, I could father this poor, or I could mother this poor.
I could be the best stepmother this child has ever had. That's because we live in a patriarchy, Bill.
I agree. I apologize for all the men in the world. We're sorry.
No, just the weird ones. You can just apologize for the weird ones. Yeah, I think can I have more than two Kim's Corner things?
Yeah, go for it.
I also so here are my overall comments on this season so far after one episode. I thought that the first intros were kind of boring. Nobody came in a costume. Nobody really had a shtick. They all came in the limos. Nobody came in like some weird horse-drawn carriage or anything. And I don't know if that's because the weather, or if it because it was pouring the whole time, or if it was because they have a different like they got rid of their longtime producer, and maybe that was his thing, that he really liked those things.
Yeah.
It's now gone. Maybe it'll be interesting to see what changes happen this season, because Mike Fleiss, I think is his name.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the only one in costume the whole night was her brother with his Tito Jackson wig and his mustache and the fedora hat. Which again, I still maintain Anne Margaret beats Tito Jackson every day of the week. I really hope some of you go to our YouTube channel to see how fabulous this wig is on top of my hair. I did not tuck any of my own hair back, so you have all the hair.
It's amazing.
It is pretty sweet. I might keep it on all night. There was lots of kissing, and I like that. I like that she was like, because that's a huge part of a relationship. And if the kissing is bad, you need to know immediately so that you can not give them a rose and send them home. Yeah. So I liked that she was like, I'm going to kiss people. I'm here. This is what this is all about. Some of their kissing styles were terrifying. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of like toddler over the face kissing, trying to kiss the nose kinds of kissing. Oh. Please let that be the screen grab. But I applaud her. Like, get it, girl. Have fun. This is your season. And then I will just reiterate that I don't like how many. There are like 3 Calebs and 2 Aarons, or like there's a Joe and a Joey, and there's too many people with initials behind their name, and I don't like it.
There are 2 Aarons, 2 Calebs.
And then there's a Caleb with a K. So there's 3 Calebs.
Yes. Yep. There's a Joe and a Joey. There's 2 Johns. Only 1 Michael.
No one matters.
Only 1 Michael.
There's 2 Johns?
Yeah. John.
Oh, John and John Henry.
John and John Henry.
John and John Henry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I couldn't. So John Henry must be his middle name, and he goes by it. I just for a while was assuming his last name was Henry.
No, that's like a.
But they never say their last name. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because you know what all their last names are, because you can like follow them on Instagram.
Yeah. They need to flash QR codes for them on Instagram. Like they got to know everybody is.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, everybody is following on them on Instagram. Like, let's just make it easy for me.
Yep.
So, and half of them is the only reason they're there.
When Tasia, I just called her Tasia. When Charity's brother pulled up in the limo, and they were like, "We have an extra person here, and he's really excited to meet you." Mm-hmm. I was like, if Canada Blake walks out of that limo, I am going to scream.
It would have been so good. I love Canada Blake. I love that he has just decided, like, I'm riding this gravy train all the way to the, yeah.
I mean, it's working for him, but it's not working for me.
Yeah. All right. Lessons learned. We said who got eliminated. What did you learn? What did you learn from this game?
What did I learn? I learned that it's fun to have, I think it's a great idea to have a mole kind of snaking around and listening in on the conversations. I kind of liked that. I think they could have done it better, but I liked that he could hear the guys, because as soon as they knew that someone that was related to her had heard what they were saying, some of them are like, oh shoot, what, like, was I respectful? Because maybe they're not talking respectfully about someone, or they're bragging about things, and if they think that someone's relative is hearing them, then they curb what they say a little bit. And I think maybe we should all live a little bit like that. So I like that there's a mole. I think they should have a mole every season so that they don't know who is the mole in the group.
I dig it. I will say that there are archetypes of people no matter where you go and what season it is on. Like they manage somehow. I don't even know if they're trying to at this point, but they seem to manage to find people that are like the same, like every season, like this is the archetype. So
Don't you think that they have like a list of all of the types,
I hope
the
so.
personalities that they want to have on the show featured, and so they cast, because don't they cast most of the guys before the Bachelorette is even announced? So they're not
Yeah.
guys applying because they want to date Charity. They're guys applying
Yeah.
because they want to be on the Bachelorette.
And some of them have like applied several times. And
Yeah.
So
Which I would argue then means none of them are there for the right reasons.
that's a good point. Unless they just really believe that if they believe in the producer's matchmaking ability and they'll pick you when the right person is there.
Yeah, the track record really shows that the producers are really good at that.
So good at it. All right. You ready for the city shout out?
Yes, please.
This is a special one. City shout out to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where three of our closest friends live. Jen Eby.
Yay.
CJ Eby, and Megan Moriarty Rogers, who all live there. And I have spent a decent amount of time there. If you have never been to Grand Rapids, it is an awesome city. Population, I believe it's the second largest city in Michigan. It has close to 200,000 people. It has far more breweries than a town of that size should have. It's very walkable. It has Grand Valley State as the university there, which is a very nice university. Some famous people who are from Grand Rapids besides CJ, Jenny, and Megan Moriarty. Gillian Anderson of X-Files fame.
Yep.
Let's see, who else do we have? We've got I saw another one I wanted to say. Taylor Lautner.
Okay.
Eclipse fame. Don't roll your eyes at this, Kim. He is a bona fide actor. I can't even finish that sentence.
You can't even say it. I saw him in Valentine's Day. I enjoyed him a little bit in Valentine's Day.
Okay. Gerald R. Ford, the 38th president of the United States of America.
Yes, I am aware.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anybody else you want to shout out?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where in the mitten is Grand Rapids?
Ooh, I actually practiced this. So let me see. I got to make sure I got it right for you all. So this is the, wait, let me look at the map here. Oh no, why it went into coding mode. All right. So the mitten faces this way, right? And so Grand Rapids is down here on Lake Michigan almost. So like right there. So it's on the southwest side of the mitten. Yeah.
So my mom is from this part of the mitten.
Oh,
so I'm very familiar with this part of the mitten, but I don't know this part of the mitten.
Where at?
And we also know this part of the mitten.
Right. Where at are you? Where at?
Pontiac, Detroit. My mom is 8 Mile. She hung with Eminem.
And then we have friends from up here in Cadillac.
Oh, I know Cadillac.
Yeah, if you go a little bit further, you're up in Traverse City, which is really cool.
It's a very cool place.
Wonderful cherries. So.
And you can then, let me make sure I'm right. Am I right in the mirror?
Yes.
If you go a little bit outside of Mackinac, Traverse City, you hit Mackinac City and Fort Michilimackinac, which is a really cool vacation spot.
Nice. Lead singer of Tool is also from there. I did not know that one. So the more you know. Cool.
Grand Rapids.
That's all we got for today.
Are there cereals made in Grand Rapids? Is that where one of the cereals is based?
Whoa, you are
Did I ask a question that we didn't have a preparation for?
Give me a second here.
I feel like Kellogg's is Grand Rapids.
Let's see. Economy, I bet it'd be in there. Spectrum Health. Obviously automobile, aviation. I am not seeing.
Okay. There's a lot of cereal made in Michigan.
I have a feeling
Grand Rapids must not be one of the places.
I have a feeling GB and CJ, who are brother and sister, are going to light up my phone when they hear this, because we have like over 100 downloads from Grand Rapids, and I assume it's them, our friends.
Holy, thank you so much.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they are going to be like, here's all the things you should have said. Sorry, guys. I only know the stuff. I know that they have gotten me drunk several times there, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. So
It's easy to do that in Michigan.
it is. All right, you got the shout out. Anyone you want to shout out to? Sign off.
I'm gonna shout out to
The Cedar
everyone
Rapids
who
police for taking care.
you know what? Yes, I'm gonna shout out the very nice Cedar Rapids police officer who was at trying to wake me up, and I didn't wake up for a while, and then when I did, I didn't acknowledge him because I thought he might be trying to murder me. And then when I did go outside, he said, "Wow, you must have been really sleeping." And I said, definitely wasn't just lying in bed like freaking out because I thought someone was trying to break
pulling the
into my
sheet up
house.
to your nose. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I thought I lived in a safe neighborhood. I literally left my garage door open all day last week and no one stole my bike, but I guess this is how I get murdered. So shout out to the Cedar Rapids Police Department, or at least the two guys that handled my weird midnight situation.
I like it.
Mazel tov.
All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
You have been listening to Batchademia
with your hosts, Danielle Dick McGee.
Kim Hanna,
And Bill Hennig.
All thoughts and opinions expressed on the show are solely those of the person who spoke them.
If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to the show, leaving a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Also, please share with your family, friends, colleagues, and other ardent Bachelor fans.
If you have comments or questions you would like us to address on the show, you can email us at batchademia@gmail.com.
Or on the Twitter with the handle @Batchademia.
Thanks for listening.